Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing well. So without wasting any time, let's move to the newspaper. First we will identify the important news and then we'll move on to the analysis section. So hello everyone, this is Saturday, May 14, 2022, the Hindu Daily edition. As usual, we'll be first identifying the most important news followed by a detailed discussion of the same. So let's move on to identify the most important news for today. Okay, so SC has declined to stage Jammu and Kashmir delimitation report. Obviously, we know there are things about delimitation commission. Okay, give it a read from Lakshmikant. You'll understand that their report cannot be halted or challenged. The report cannot be changed or halted by the parliament. Here Supreme Court is the party, but with respect to parliament, you must read it because it may incite or trigger a question in prelims, right? Twitter deal on hold Musk. Okay, it's criminal to start school not required. 27 dead in massive fire in Delhi. Okay, that's very bad thing. Center is not imposing Hindi on. Okay, look, this has been in news for some time. Okay, the language debate. So go and read from article 323, and it's 320. No, not 323. It's 330. Is your dad 338, 339, 340, 341. 343. Okay, from 343 you go on and read till 350b. Okay, this is very important because this has been in news from some time. Okay, so we move on to the second page. There is nothing out here, and I don't think there is anything on this page, and on this page as well I don't think there is anything. This is an advertisement. Okay, nothing here. Okay, Patna High Court orders police chief to produce Subrata Roy. SC state stays it. Okay. There is nothing here. Okay, let's see the editorial page. Again, it is a full circle. Cutting fuel taxes. Okay, so it is related to inflation news yesterday. It has crossed 8%. It is about CPI inflation is about 8% today. Means in this month on month basis, right? So it will be regarding that only. If you want, you can read it. Not very important for news for examination. The kernel of Sri Lankan waterfront processed. Okay, the future of Sri Lanka is volatile and uncertain, but there is undercurrent of hope being. Okay, if you want to read it, you can read it, but it does not make any sense for our examination. Action that corrode the steel frame of India. Yes, we can do it because steel frame of India is related to Indian civil services, and we are preparing for the same. So we must read it. What has been corroding us? Reforming WHO. Okay, then now it is a news. Okay, we'll just give it a read. Fine. Now let's see. Okay, this is regarding jute industry. Okay, so this is regarding jute industry. Okay, the crisis in West Bengal jute industry is getting exacerbated. The several mills suspending operations. Yes. Okay, not required for examination. You just need to know about how the conditions for growth of jute. Let me write it. Geographical conditions for jute growth. Okay, and apart from that you need to write no areas of jute growth. Obviously it is West Bengal and adjoining district of Bihar, right? Like your Kishanganj, Purnia, not Kishanganj, Purnia, Araria, your Katihar. Okay, and adjoining West Bengal. Okay, it is along Ganga Hooghly river. Okay, it is along that only. Fine, let's see the next news. China, Russia, Pakistan to attend SCO anti-terror. Okay, it's an important article. Just know about it. India embassy to reopen in Kyiv. Obviously war has been there, but fine, we have to do it. Okay, Amarnath Yatra pilgrimage. RFID tags will be used. So this is also one used scientific utility. Okay, just know about it. It may come in prelims in a statement based question that RFID tags can be used for identification of tourists. Okay, and you say you may not be very certain about it. Let's see. Modi Devga to continue talk on hydropower connectivity. Sri Lanka get fertilizers from India. Okay, Divyangjan only in Divyangjan. Yes, Divyangjan only in Hindi, says railway. The person with disability to be used. Okay, these are small things. You must know about it, but you won't find any importance in examination. To militant link to Pandit. No. BKI behind. No. Pandit Express fear. Do know. Report from past exercise by Congress says tucked away. No. Gandhins expressed concern over Gangwapi Masjid issue. Guided by unbiased Lakshman Rekha. Not required. Monsoon to arrive early over Kerala. Yes, we must see it. Why it has been so. CMB developed Indian mRNA mRNA vaccine platform. Okay, we'll just give it a brief read. ISRO tests brief read. Rhino alive in Assam, but horn is missing. Oh my god. They have one more time they have paused a horn. ST dismisses plea to postpone NEET postgraduate not required. Okay, seepage in East West Kolkata Metro Tunnel stop. Okay, 3.2 crore use facilities under Ayushman scheme important. We have to see. Renils vow to deliver solution to crisis. And who is this Renils? The new Prime Minister assume office, moves a foreign. Okay. In Sri Lanka. Okay. Erdogan opposes Finland, Sweden joining NATO bloc, and he is also asking for wheat from India. And he was the person who said that, who is adamant on making Kashmir Pakistan's property. And when India was attacked by Pakistan, then he was the person who supported. Not exactly he. Turkey was the country which supported Pakistan. Okay, due to its religion-based politics. Okay, and now they want wheat from us, and they are saying, or they are advising Finland and Sweden not to join NATO bloc. So let's see. Putin girlfriend among aides sanctioned by UK. No. Israeli police beats monarchs by at Shireen Abu. No. UAE ailing President Sheikh Khalifa dies at 73. He was battling illness for many years. Okay, nuclear talks with Iran have been reopened. EU. No. Government fixes LIC E2 price at 949 a share. Okay, government has fixed the issue price of LIC share at itna. Upper end of IPO price. Okay, not required. Maruti vegetable oil April. No, there is nothing on the. Okay, then we have sports page. So obviously Saturday sports, it's a long read, and we obviously do not read it. Why? Because it is not very relevant to our examination. Okay, and then we have this IPL page here. So with this we come to end of identification of most important news. Now let us go and start analyzing these news. Okay. So there is nothing on first page, second page also nothing, third page also, fourth page also nothing, fifth page also nothing. As usual, we'll be doing editorial in last, editorial and text and context pages at last. Okay. So let us first see if any else news is remaining. Okay, this is the news. China, Pakistan, Russia to attend SCO anti-terror meet. First official discussion in India since LAC standoff and Ukraine invasion. Okay, so this is first official discussion after LAC standoff and Ukraine invasion. Okay. Russia, China, it is saying that. Okay, counter-terrorism team from Russia, China, Pakistan, Central Asian countries will gather in Delhi. SCO RATS meeting. Okay, these are first official discussions. Okay, sources said that a 3-member Pakistan team will attend the meeting in India for first time since both countries became members. The sources added that China delegation may not be able to travel to India at present, indicating COVID-19 regulation, and a team from Chinese embassy would attend the exercise in its place. While both India and Pakistan have no bilateral engagement at present, they are and have not attended other regional meets such as SAARC. They both attended Russia-China led SCO meet. Okay, last year Indian team also travelled to Pakistan to attend SCO RAT exercise in PUBB. Sources said that Pakistani delegation would cross over the Wagah-Tari border crossing on Saturday to travel Delhi for counter-terrorism exercise. The arrival of Pakistan team will be marked by, particularly since it is the first visit since swearing of Pakistani Prime Minister Sharif. Okay, India is expected to host SCO summit in 2023, which would see the leaders of the 8-member China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Pakistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan traveling to New Delhi. Fine. In October, joint anti-terror exercise titled Manesar Anti-Terror 2022 would be held on Energy Training Campus in Manesar on outskirts of Delhi. It will be followed by another joint border operation of SCO member state called Friendship Border 2022 in Kazakhstan later this year. Both exercises were decided at meeting of RATS in Tashkent. Okay, fine. So just know about it that India would be hosting the summit in 2023, right? I have already said about that. RFID tag, nothing to read much there. That is a pure application of science. Okay. There is nothing. Yes, 2-3 news are here. Let's see why monsoon is expected to arrive early over Kerala. We have to see. IMD says it will make it onset on May 27. Usually it used to come on June 1. Okay. 4 days ahead. Look, 3 and 4 days ahead of normal date. Oh, it is written also here June 1, right? The monsoon is slated to make it early arrival in 13 years over Kerala. The IMD said these things 4 days ahead. Fine. Why it is so? Let us find out. IMD uses specialized model and all those things. It uses 6 Okay, this you can use in your monsoon answer. It uses 6 predictors. Minimum temperature over northwest India, pre-monsoon rainfall peak over South Peninsula, outgoing long wave radiation over South China Sea, lower tropospheric zonal wind over southeast Indian Ocean, upper tropospheric zonal wind over east equatorial Indian Ocean. Okay, this is very important with respect to your geography GS answer, GS1 answer, because we have a monsoon question there, and in pre also you can expect these things. And outgoing long wave radiation over southwest Pacific. So where are they? Over South China Sea it is, over your Indian Ocean they have, over the Indian Ocean and upper tropospheric zonal wind we have, and over Pacific Ocean, right? Except for 2015, the monsoon has arrived within 4 days. Window on the date forecast by IMD. Okay, the IMD said in a press statement. Fine. However, there is a related correlation between monsoon arrival and quantum of rainfall. Let's see if anything else is there. Okay, absence of El Nino. The IMD had forecasted a normal monsoon this year, with country expecting to get 99% of LPA. The normal monsoon is premised on absence of El Nino, okay, which is the phenomenon is associated with Central Pacific drying up of rain over North Indian Ocean, India during monsoon months of June to September. Okay, so El Nino will be absent this year, and the monsoon is expected to arrive 4 days early over Kerala. And arrival of monsoon over Kerala is called burst of monsoon. You know this, and it is more or less explained on basis of Yin's theory. Don't go for Yin's theory. You just say that what is the name? Air. Is it the air mass? No, it is not air mass. Jet stream. Yes, jet stream theory. Okay, give it a read. You'll understand this theory. You might have done it in your basics. Okay. CCMB developed Indian mRNA vaccine platform. Let's see what it has to say. CCMB. Okay. The Center claims robust immune response in mice. Okay, the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology here has established proof of principle of first indigenous mRNA vaccine technology coming from scientific institution in India. Vinay K. Nandi Kuri, director of CSIR institution, said on Friday, "We are very excited about this achievement of replicating the mRNA vaccine technology end to end. We are proud to have developed potential mRNA vaccine candidate against SARS-CoV-2 within 10 months of having initiated the concept. It is based on the Moderna model, but has been built with information available in open and our own technology and material," he said in a press conference at CMB along with N. Madhusudan Rao, the director of Atul Incubation Center. Okay. Robust immune response has been observed against the COVID-19 spike protein in mice upon administration of 2 doses of mRNA vaccine. The anti-spike antibody generated were found to be more than 90% efficient in preventing human ACE2 receptor building to the coronavirus. Okay, so there has been an increase in immune response in mice, and we are expecting the same for humans. mRNA vaccine candidate is now undergoing preclinical hamster challenge studies. Okay, while vaccine work by training human system to identify disease-causing microorganisms and eliminate them quickly when they encounter them, mRNA technology, in this technology, the host cell immune system is trained to evade the real infection. Okay, this is done in introducing mRNA of the microorganism of concern into the host. The homegrown mRNA vaccine, let me reread it. While vaccine work by training the immune system to identify disease-causing microorganisms and eliminate them quickly when they encounter them. Okay, so what normal vaccines do? They create a memory regarding any antigens, antibodies, and whenever that antibody comes, then that will be destroyed by the body, by our immune system, right? But in what happens in mRNA technology, the host cell immune system is trained to evade the real infection. Okay, so such infection won't be caused, and if no symptoms are there, then no problem. The homegrown mRNA vaccine platform holds promise to deal with other infectious diseases such as TB, dengue, malaria, chikungunya, rare diseases, etc. The beauty of this technology is rapid turnaround time, which means vaccine can be developed for other diseases or pan-COVID vaccine covering different variants. The scientists said that technology was ready for transfer to any interested firm to take it into the next level of human trial and bring our vaccine into the market after approval of regulatory authorities. We have been having discussions with few private firms to scale up the next level of trials. Okay, fine. Okay, so it's a good news, and we learned two things here. Mainly one thing, difference between normal vaccine and mRNA vaccine. This is a very important takeaway from this list and this article, right? ISRO test booster for Gaganyaan GSLV Mark 3 rocket to be used for mission while having two HS200 boosters. Okay, 2 boosters will be there. Okay, one more step was okay, they have added a booster. The test was held at Satish Dhawan, it is open held there only. Okay, know this, loaded with 203 tons of solid propellant. The booster was tested. Okay, so it is a solid propellant based booster. Okay, you just need to know this only. It will increase reliability and safety to meet the okay, these things are the control system and all these things are there. Okay, give it a read if you want. The only thing that is needed is what kind of fuel it has. So it will be having a 203 ton of solid propellant, right? 3.2 crores use facility under Ayushman scheme, says center. 18 crore health card have been issued. More than 18 crore health card have been issued under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana scheme. So far, over 3.2 crores people have availed the hospital facilities. Okay, digital health solution. Earlier this week, the National Health Authority, under the flagship scheme of Ayushman Bharat, the digital mission, announced the successful integration of additional 13 digital health solutions in AB and DM sandbox environment in last 3 months. Okay, so it's a good news that people are actually availing this facility. This is a very good facility. In fact, a great facility because it provides primary health care as well as insured or insured secondary and tertiary health care, where there is a very high role of insurance agencies, right? Okay, let's see if anything else is remaining. There's nothing out here, and then we have this poster. Okay, so with this we have come to end of identification as well as analysis of most important news. We are left with the editorial section, so let's move on to the editorial section and try to analyze it. Okay, so let's see what we have to read. First, let us read this smaller one, reforming WHO. Okay, more needs to be done to enhance WHO's ability to respond to disease outbreak. Okay, in the third year of COVID-19 pandemic, Prime Minister Narendra Modi once again brought up the much discussed issue of reforming WHO while addressing the head of countries at second global COVID-19 summit. The reforms are urgently needed to strengthen the global health body, and its ability to respond to novel and known disease outbreak in order to limit harm caused to global community is beyond debate. The long delay and reluctance of China to readily and quickly share vital information regarding novel coronavirus, including viral outbreak in Wuhan, and its stubborn refusal to allow global agency to investigate freely and fairly the origin of virus has highlighted the need to strengthen WHO. But any attempt to build the stronger WHO must first begin with increased mandatory funding by the member state. Fine? Yes. Again, WHO is also facing the same problem as India faces, or any establishment faces. The 3F. Okay, funds, functions, and functionaries. Okay, we need the combination of three to work. Any organization needs the combination of all three to work. Okay. For several years, the mandatory contribution has accounted for less than 1/4 of the total budget. This reducing level of predictability in WHO response. The bulk of funding is through voluntary contribution. Importantly, it is time to provide the agency with more power to demand that member states comply with the norms and alert WHO in case of disease outbreak that could cause global harm. Under the legally binding international health regulation, member states are expected to have in place core capacity to identify, report, and respond public health emergency. Ironically, member states do not face penalty for non-compliance. Okay, so it is a toothless tiger, to say that. Okay, it is a tiger, but it is toothless. This has to be changed. This has to change for any meaningful protection from future disease outbreak. While Mr. Modi has been right in calling for reforms in WHO, the demand for review of health agencies' process on corona vaccine approval is far more than reality. Covaxin is not the first vaccine from India to be approved by WHO, and the manufacture of this vaccine has in past successfully traversed the approval process without any glitch. The demand for review of the vaccine approval process is based on the assumption that emergency use listing of Covaxin was intentionally delayed by the health agency, which has no basis. The technical advisory group regularly asks for additional data from company only, underscores the incompleteness of the data presented by the company. As senior WHO officer said, timeline for granting EUL for vaccine depends 99% on manufacturer, the speed and completeness and the data. To believe the agency was influenced by more media report than to believe that the agency was influenced more by media report than data submitted by the company is naive. The media were only critical of Indian regulator approving the vaccine even in absence of efficacy data. Also, regulating submission began in 2021 July to comply after the company has completed the final analysis of phase 3 data. Any reform in WHO should not dilute the vaccine approval process already in place. Okay, so reforms in WHO, reforms in exactly UNO, WHO, WTO. These three bodies need to be reformed as soon as possible, and it should become more inclusive. Okay, inclusivity is especially missing in the UNO. Fine, so it should be seen in that perspective, according to me. Okay, auction that corrodes the steel frame of India. Let's see that a civil servant plaint stance and service neutrality hardly seems to border the political or bureaucratic leadership. Let's see. I think it will be based on the two letters that came from two different sections of bureaucrats. Okay, let's give it a read. A letter war between two sets of retired public officers concerned prevailing political and concerning the prevailing political and social situation in the country has been widely reported in media. In last week, A group of these retirees calling themselves Constitutional Conduct Group sent an open letter to Prime Minister. In the letter, they appealed to him to call an end to politics of hate and violence against minority, particularly Muslim. Very soon after, another revival group of concerned citizens surfaced and rubbished the allegation as false narrative inspired by Western international lobbies. Unfortunately, in neither of the formulation there is any reference to the role of civil services, which they all were distinguished member in the past. In whatever is happening or not happening in the country concerning law and public order and security of citizens, it is the police and magistracy, judicial court and other regulatory agencies, not politicians, which have been authorized and empowered by law to take preventive action against potential troublemaker, enforcing the law relating to criminal, economic and other offences and maintain public order. In mature democracies, self-respecting public officials normally discharge their constitutional and legal responsibilities with honesty, integrity and their own conscience, firmly resisting the dictates of vested interest. What is happening in our country? Lesson from Partygate. Perhaps a reference to recent event in Great Britain will serve to clarify things, as the main features of our government system, that cabinet system with accountability to parliament and permanent civil services with political neutrality as its hallmark, are patterned on English constitutional model. Recently, Britain top minister, Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and Chancellor Exchequer Rishi Sunak were accused of violating their own lockdown regulations for COVID-19 and by attending Christmas and other parties at 10 Downing Street, London, in the months of November and December. A career civil servant, Sue Gray, was asked to inquire into the veracity of the charges. Of Miss Gray, it was said that she would never want to tarnish her reputation by claims of cover-up or a shoddy investigation. She came to the finding that against the background of restrictions of all citizen gathering held were inappropriate and represented a serious failure to observe the high standard expected from top public functionaries. The public and the political establishment accepted the integrity of the exercise. Then another wing of civil services, the London Metropolitan Police, imposed fines on Prime Minister and Chancellor for Exchequer for their misdemeanor, and against both the top minister accepted the penalty. And erosion in India. Can this happen in India? It might have been possible in early years when Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel created independent India civil services, but no longer. The deterioration in the standard was very visible during national emergency declared in 1975. The civil services, like other institutions including judiciary, just carved in and trend might have accelerated over the year. Now no one even talks of civil service neutrality, although there is a rare pursuit who could be sticking to the old standard of behavior. Earlier, during communal or caste riots, the administration focused on quelling the disturbances and restoring peace in affected locality without ever favoring a group over other. Now there are allegations of officials taking sides in conflict. For civil servants who work with the ruling politician directly, following the political master diktat and identifying with his interest, anticipating his views on official work and acting on them, pandering of his narrow political interest often becomes easy option than put out of harm's way. The political lacking vision and intellectual grasp of Sardar Patel would also reward a compliant bureaucrat by offering prized and lucrative assignments both within and outside the country. He could also have him placed in an inconvenient position or even punish him if he does not follow his line. This can happen despite the protection and constitutional safeguard of Article 311 of the Constitution, that a civil servant planned and submissive behavior means end to civil service neutrality and norms and values that this trade demands does not seem to bother either the political or the bureaucratic leadership. Non-negotiable values, the norms that define neutrality and independence of thought and action, honesty and objective advice, candor and speaking truth to the power even if it is done in privacy of a minister chamber. Associated with these norms are personal values of civil servants cherished or out to cherish, namely self-respect, integrity, professional pride and dignity. All this together contribute to enhancement of quality and administration that benefits society and the people. This objective may, however, at a discount when politicians are eager to serve their personal and party interest, and overzealous and ambitious officers dance to their tune, thereby leading to dilution of standard. It could also create favorable conditions for both political and bureaucratic corruption. Constitutional morality is not a neutral sentiment, wrote B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of Indian Constitution, and added, it has to be cultivated. We must realize our people have yet to learn it. Democracy in India is only top dressing of Indian soil, which is essentially undemocratic. Okay, so this article is important, especially with this non-negotiable value section. It is important with respect to ethics. Okay, there is a chapter in ethics paper about the civil services and the qualities of civil servants, right? You will find all these things there, but this is a good summary of that thing, fine. And this example, Partygate instance, this is a good example again to quote in ethics answer, right? So in total, this is a very good article. Make notes out of it. Fine. And let's see if anything else is remaining. Okay, so with this we come to end of today's newspaper analysis. So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.